Hi folks, and welcome to my first video on weight and balance using the electronic method for RCs. Okay, welcome to the weight and balance section. I'm going to be going over how to electronically weight and balance your RC. If you look at this picture here, you need to put the aircraft in a level attitude along the longitudinal axis. And I got a couple scales on all three wheels, and notice that the nose spinner needs to be perpendicular to a wall or anything that you put it on the floor, and you want to make sure it's parallel to that wall. You'll notice that I measure from each axle to the wall, which is considered the zero reference point, and also from the axle of the tail to the wall, which represents where the nose cone is. It's important to level the tail. It's really critical because that's how, if you look at a balance of a fulcrum or teeter-totter, that represents the line going across to a level. We'll continue on, and you'll see I have three scales. Each scale is capable of holding 100 pounds. I bought them off of Amazon for $20-something a piece. They're postal scales, and you can change it from any kind of either pounds or grams. I choose to put it in grams, and because it's easier to convert. Here I measure off from the wall, which represents reference 0, to the axle, and I'm showing about 19¼ inches, and same thing here, looks like about 77 inches or so. And we take that and we plug it into a basic formula, which is the weight times arm, which is the distance equals the moments, which is a product of both. And we do that in all three wheels. Here representing what the arm looks like, the weight, the scales, and from our results from measurements, we've got 19 inches and 76½ inches respectively. And so once you do that, you'll zero out the scales. And I use grams again, like I said, because grams, it doesn't matter, but it's just a whole number versus pounds and ounces, and then it'll still convert to an inch, which is what we're going to solve for how many inches the CG is from reference 0. So we got 3726 and 3632 and 1054 grams on the tail. So again, there's the results, and now all we got to do is plug in those results into our formula. The weight times the arms gives you moments. So as you could see, the numbers right there. And so going back to the old algebra days, we're going to solve for arms. So basically you're going to divide the weight into the total moments. And if you look at we added all the weights up and the total moments, divide that, and you get 26.204 inches. And I created a spreadsheet that does all the calculations. So we just plug in the numbers, and we get a total weight of 8,412 grams with a total moments of 220,433. We divide the two, we come up with 26 inches, 0.204. So it's just 26¼ inches, just shy of that. And then we take that number and we compare it to what the manufacturer's calling for the CG is. In this particular case, it's 7 7/8 inches back from the leading edge. And I measured that off, and I put a little dot there. And so I want to compare that to what the electronic method showed. So it said I need to go back 26.204, and you could see the black dot represents the CG from the manual, and the orange dot represents the CG using the electronic method. So the CG is slightly aft as far as where from the manufacturer's recommendation. So a little weight needed to be added to the nose area to bring that to balance. Here I'm showing the actual scale that I use. It's called a Smart Scale, an ACE 110 shipping and postal scale that I got from Amazon, and it works great. It does have battery power, so it also has an AC adapter in each one. It's relatively inexpensive. It's worth having. I bought 3 of them. If you're going to invest in these large RCs, it's really worth investing in these scales. They pay for itself You don't need to be flying with tail-heavy aircraft and crashing. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for listening, and if you have any questions, please post your comments, and I appreciate it. Have a great flying day. Take care.